Hello everyone, and welcome to the Porsche Passion School. My name's Nathan Kelly, and I'm an instructor with the Porsche Experience here in Canada. On today's episode, we'll explore 4 different segments involving the Taycan: technology, range and charging, Porsche Connect, and performance. The Porsche Taycan model range in Canada consists of 3 vehicles: the 4S, the Turbo, and the Turbo S. All of these cars are all-wheel drive, but not in the conventional sense. The Porsche Taycan has 2 motors, one over the front axle and one over the rear. Depending on how you're driving the vehicle, it is going to split the torque between these 2 motors, but more on that later. A big misconception about electric vehicles is their range, but that's primarily because we're so used to driving gas-powered cars. Given a daily work commute of around 40 kilometers, plus a few stops for errands, you should be well within the Taycan's operating range, given you're charging it each night. The Taycan 4S with the larger optional battery will give you an EPA estimated range of 365 kilometers. These range estimates provide you with a guideline, but the distance you can drive varies. Things such as weather, driving conditions, your driving style, and even temperature can impact driving range. The Taycan uses an impressive 800-volt battery in comparison to the 400-volt battery that is traditionally found in electric vehicles. When using a high-power charger, you can charge your Taycan from 5% to 80% in around 22 minutes. These high-powered chargers can be found at Electrify Canada locations, your local Porsche Center, or Petro-Canada. The Taycan comes with its own mobile charger, which can be used at home, or you can charge the car at any public 400-volt or 800-volt charging station. AC charge ports are found on either side of the vehicle, with a DC charge port found on the passenger side. Currently, there are 5,500 charging locations across Canada, 800 of which support fast DC charging. Using the navigation system, you can conveniently search for charging stations along your route. You can also pre-plan your route into the Porsche navigation system, and it will identify charging stations for you along the drive. Unlike fueling a conventional internal combustion vehicle, charging for the Taycan happens at home. This allows you to fit the car better into your daily schedule. Porsche Recuperation Management, or PRM for short, can regenerate up to 90% of the car's braking energy. This means that during active braking, the first portion of your braking will actually regenerate the battery for the car. When stronger braking is applied, the mechanical brakes will kick in and slow the car down. Or, to be more precise, during sporty, everyday driving, you will recuperate up to 1/3 of your driving range with braking. The Porsche Taycan has kept classic elements of the Porsche interior design, but added a modern twist. The iconic 5-gauge 911 cluster is now interpreted into a beautiful curved screen display. The GT Sport Wheel, which is also found in the 911, has features such as Voice Pilot, which allow you to change songs, access the navigation totally hands-free. You'll have the option to select between 5 different driving modes in the Taycan: range, normal, sport, Sport Plus, and individual. This gives you the opportunity to customize your driving experience to focus on efficiency, a sporty drive, or you can customize those settings to match your driving preferences. With Porsche Connect, your smartphone and the car become instantly linked. You can access information such as your range and charge levels regardless of your location. The Taycan has a unique chassis layout which focuses both on performance and comfort. The Taycan has 2 motors in it, one over the front axle and one over the rear. Both motors work individually to focus on range or performance. The transmission in the Taycan is the first of its kind for an electric vehicle. It's a 2-speed transmission which allows a balance between efficiency and performance. Under hard acceleration, drivers can still experience the thrill of an upshift. The battery can be found running underneath the middle of the chassis, which gives the Taycan the lowest center of gravity in the entire Porsche lineup. A big misconception with electric vehicles is that they are not sporty or a driver's car. This is far from the case with the Taycan. Throughout the lineup, the 4S generates 522 horsepower with a standard 79.2 kilowatt battery. With the larger battery, the car will generate 562 horsepower. The larger battery option comes standard with both the Turbo and the Turbo S. The Turbo generates 670 horsepower, while the Turbo S generates 750 horsepower. With launch control and overboost, the Turbo S will go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.8 seconds. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Porsche Passion School. Hopefully you learned something new about the Taycan and Porsche's future with electric vehicles. I encourage you to learn more about the Taycan at your local Porsche Center, or you can visit Porsche.ca to get more information.